Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Brother Not Brother. Today we are in the outskirts of Phoenix, Arizona to find out what is a Sonora dog. I've heard about these and there are tons of them all over the Phoenix area. Google says that a Sonora dog is a hot dog that is wrapped in bacon, grilled and served on a brioche style bun with pinto beans, onions, tomatoes, and other toppings. So we're gonna try a whole bunch of different Sonora dogs today to find out what makes the best ones. Today, none of this is sponsored. I'm just gonna stop at everyone that I can find. To start this video, we're at Los Maguitos Tacos and Hot Dogs, and we're gonna try their Sonora dog, see how it is, and maybe even ask them some questions if they're okay being on camera. This is totally impromptu. I'm gonna try and figure out how to put this all together as I go. But yeah, this is the first video of the new year from me, and Happy New Year to all of you. We took a break for Christmas and New Year's and a little bit of rest in there, and we're back. And hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and start by checking out what they have here today. Perfect, thank you. All right, and here it is, the Sonora dog from Los Maguitos. I even got it pronounced right the first time I guessed it, I think. But this guy is loaded up with sauces and beans and onions and tomatoes. It's a hot dog wrapped in bacon with this really cool looking bun. First bite, first taste, first Sonora dog. I love that. You got the crispy, savory bacon. They use a chicken hot dog on this one, it tastes like. That could also be the beans messed with the flavor of it, but the bun, you can tell, is not like a standard, like we buy this everywhere. This is like a bun that like comes from a bakery or something. Oh man, this thing is good. I'm hungry too. You got all of these toppings and all of the sauces. There's like a sweetness to one of them, but then like the creaminess and the mayo on top. But you still have like that spice, but it's not like an overwhelming spice. Like, I know a lot of people are afraid of like Mexican food. They're like, oh, it's not too spicy, right? Like this one, I told them just put on everything that you normally put on. You know, I like everything on it. And this is great. Like, just a little bit of heat so you're like, okay, there's some flavor in there. Just to enhance it. It's got a nice warm bun too. That is fantastic. Now, how will it hold up against the competition? I'm not sure. But I have a feeling we're off to a good start with these Sonora dogs starting at Los Maguitos. Before I forget, I want to rank these dogs. I want to give them scores out of 10. I want to rank it on 4 things. We got the bacon, the dog itself, the bun, and the toppings. So on our first one, Los Maguitos, they did a very good one for starters, I hope. But we'll start with the bacon. Bacon was cooked well, but I almost wanted it to be like crispier, if that's even possible. Like, I wanted like a crunch, like a deep fried something that's like been deep fried on there, so it's like crusty. I wanted a little bit more crispy, but it was definitely still cooked well. So I would say that's like a 5 out of 10. The dog itself tasted kind of like a chicken hot dog. I'm gonna give that like a 3. Not my favorite, it's fine. We'll see how the other ones fare against it. The bun itself, I did mention that I really liked the bun on that. It was like warm, whether they toasted it or it's fresh from a bakery or what, but then they like reheat the bun so that it's like a warm bun that it's all sitting in. And it was fluffy, delicious. It was a great bun. That one I'm gonna give the bun an 8 out of 10. And then as for the toppings, it had the sweet, it had some spicy, it had the creamy of the mayo to kind of like bring everything together. I'm gonna give that a 10. So combined score, I'm going to have it listed right here for you, but that is the combined score for our first one from Los Maitos. On to the next one. All right, we have made it to our second stop. This is Moreno's Mexican Grill, and we're going to go ahead and try their Sonora dog, see what's different, see how they might do things differently, and then give you my take on this one. Let's go inside. Thank you so much. All right, this is the Sonora dog from Moreno's. It's got a big old chili on it to add some flavor. We got grilled onions. We got our mustard and mayo on top. I see bacon bits. That's interesting. All right. I don't know how to go at this thing. The onions are grilled. Did I say grilled onions? The bun looks just like a standard hot dog bun on this one. It's steamed though. It is a steamed hot dog bun. Okay, let's do this here. It's interesting to think that I drove 10 minutes away. We got a completely different dog. I got a bite of the pepper to go with. That's a really good grilled pepper. Got a nice char on it. It's nice and soft. This thing is good. There's our cross section of the dog. If it'll focus, there we go. You can see we got our hot dog. This one tastes like a, if it's not a beef, it's like a pork, a mixed meat, frank. Better than just like a plain old chicken dog. So already better than that one. I don't like that it's bacon bits rather than wrapped in bacon. This one seems to be a little bit more simple, but still a decent showing. The pepper here really makes up for a lot. The beans aren't doing a lot other than filling. All right, it's time to do some ranking. We got our 4 factors, starting with the bacon. It's using bacon bits, not wrapped in bacon. So I'm gonna dock them for that. The bacon bits are crispy. I'm gonna give it a 4. Because I did prefer to have the bacon wrapped around it. Even if there is less bacon overall, I think the experience of having that bacon wrapped around, I hope to find one today that has the bacon wrapped around that's like just shatteringly crispy. That's what I want. We'll see. Number 2 is the dog itself. This is a good dog. They have cooked it well. It's not just a steamed dog. It is like a cooked all the way through, pretty good dog. I'm pretty happy with that one. I'm gonna give that a 7. It's not a 10. It's not like a super snappy, super meaty, maybe even like an all beef. I'm not sure what would be a perfect 10. I feel like I'll know when I taste it, but the dog on this one is a solid 7 on the hot dog itself. The bun, while it is a steamed bun, it is seemed to be a pretty basic bun. A little underwhelming. I'm gonna go ahead and give the bun, I'm gonna give the bun a 5. Just average. It's fine. I appreciate that they steamed it, but the averageness of the rest of it just was a little bit of a letdown. And lastly, the toppings. The toppings initially, without this pepper that's on the side, are actually probably really bland. There's like grilled onions, there's tomato, there's raw onions, there's mustard, mayo. beans, and then there's like the bacon bits on top, which altogether aren't bad, but I don't feel like they're like standing out enough here at Moreno's. I'm gonna go ahead and give that like a 6. It's not bad, it's good. It's not a perfect 10. That first one, they set the bar pretty high on those toppings. They had tons of sauces on there. They got spice and sweet, and it really was a dynamic flavor, whereas this one is very much just an easy to eat. Like if you're a picky eater or a selective eater, whatever you want to call yourself, honey, you'll probably like this one. It's not bad. And if you want to have the pepper, you can have the pepper. If you don't have to. You can add the heat if you want. I have a feeling that most of the places we're going to go to today will have salsa bars, but I'm not going to add anything that isn't already in the package when I buy it. So overall, here is your final score at Moreno's. Let's go ahead and end to the next one. All right, we are just another 10 minutes away and we found another one. This is Don Nico's Tacos and Dagos. Let's go inside and get ourselves a Sonora dog. What is your favorite thing about the Sonora dog?
Honestly, I feel like it's just the same like recipes from like actually like for Sonora, since the owners are from like Sonora and Sinaloa, so they really brought the recipe here.
So it's like an original. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. All right, and here is the Sonoran dog from Don Nico's. That guy is loaded up. Again, we have our grilled pepper on the end. This one looks somewhat similar to the bun of our first one that's like a proper bun. And this one, they put a bunch of cheese on. They have a white nacho cheese sauce and a nacho cheese sauce that they put on this guy. Oh man, this is a hearty one. It's gonna be a two-hander here. That has got some weight to it. It is like fully loaded. Look at that. I'm ready to dig in. I think it's good. So the bun is warm. I wouldn't say it's toasted or steamed, but it is warm. The bacon is wrapped around the hot dog this time. Those peppers are great. So we got our hot dog. Oh, you can see some like nacho cheese sauce on the side. This thing is loaded full. It's got some spice to it. It's pretty good. This one feels like it's right in the middle of the first two I've had so far. The hot dog is fine. It's got the bacon wrapped around the hot dog. It's not quite at that point of shattering, but it doesn't pull. Where the first one had a little bit of pull to it. I don't know if you could see when I was biting it. I was having to kind of break off the last little bits of the bacon. But this one, you bite through the bacon, it just bites through. So it's good that way. But again, it's not that shattering, crispy bacon that I was hoping for. Also has tons of sauces. It's got tons of cheese. It's got 2 different cheese sauces. It's got, it looks like they've even put like a sprinkle of like feta or something on top. There's a jalapeno sauce, guacamole, and I do appreciate the addition of the pepper. So let's go ahead and hit it on our 4 items. Number 1 is our bacon. The bacon it's fine. I'm gonna give it like a 6. It's good. It's not amazing. It's a 6. The dog itself, I think I gave the last one a 6, and I'm going to give it a 6 as well. Pretty well average. The bun itself, it's not as good as the first one. The first one seemed fluffier, seemed fresher in some way. This one is warm, a little bit oily too. It looks very similar to the first one. I'm not crazy about it, but I don't hate it. I'm going to give it a 5. And then as for the toppings, I do appreciate the addition of cheese sauce, but I feel like it may have been too much cheese sauce. It's really good though. The pepper, I do like that they have like the grilled pepper on the side. I'd almost wish that they just chop it up and throw it on top, but only so much you can do. Oh, goodness. Where do I put the toppings? I'm going to give it a solid 7. If the last one was a 7, I'm going to give it an 8. But otherwise, I'm going to give this one a 7 for the toppings. So there you go. Our total score here at Don Nico's is right here. And we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Oh, it's messy. All right, and we have found ourselves at El Gordo's, Dagos y Tacos. So we're gonna go ahead and go inside, get ourselves a Sonora dog, and let's find out how they do. Thank you so much, you guys. All right, and this one is El Gordo's. They actually serve the ketchup and mustard on the side on this one. Let's take a look inside. This one is El Gordo's. So I actually saw them toast the bun on this one. Man, looks pretty good. It also looks like it has less toppings than others. So we'll see how that is. If ketchup and mustard is served on the side with these ones, then I'm gonna leave it on the side because they don't want to put it on there. So this guy looks pretty good. We got a nice toasting on our bun on the outside. They sliced it open for us, and it smells pretty good. It's not as aromatic as, who was it? Moreno's was a very aromatic one. I didn't mention it, but it was a very aromatic dog. Okay, that's the cleanest bite I've had so far. Bacon bites away cleanly. I don't see any beans on this one. It looks like it's just a bacon wrapped dog with grilled onions, lots of tomatoes. We got I think it's either a jalapeno sauce or a guacamole sauce or something like avocado sauce. And then there's like I'm gonna assume it's a mayo drizzle on top. Super simple, but I do like that toasted bun. It's not like super crispy, but it's enough to get some crispiness sounds out of it, right? There you go. It's not the crispiest, but it'll do. It'll do. So what do I think of El Gordo's? El Gordo's, I'd say it's slightly less than our average one we just had. Let's hit our 4 basics. The bacon. Bacon's actually really good. It's probably the crispiest bacon we've had so far. I'm going to give it an 8. The hot dog itself, it does taste a little bit like, might be a cheaper dog, like a pork dog, where I think the previous ones may have had more beef in them. This one, it tastes more like it's just a pork hot dog. So I'll give it, we'll say a 6. And then the bun itself, it's a decent bun. I do like that they toasted it, so I'll give it a 6 as well. Actually, I'll give it a 7. I like that they toasted it. They put in the effort. It's definitely like real bread that they like actually are cutting. So it has some imperfections to it, which gives it character, which gives it more credibility almost. I don't know what you'd call it, but you can tell it's not just like some big factory place pumping out loaves of bread that they're cooking up here. These are a little bit more thought out, maybe even a local bakery. Did I rank that? 7? 6? 7? 6? I'm gonna give it a 7. 7. And then last but not least, the toppings. I'm kind of disappointed there's no beans. It's not very spicy. This one's kind of right in the middle of the road. I'm gonna give it a 5. Just a solid across the line 5. So there is El Gordo's cross the line here. Complete selection. I think it's time to call it quits. We're going to do one more on to our last one. All right, last but hopefully not least, we're at Yascacitas, hot dogos y más. Let's go try out a Sonora dog. Thank you so much. Have a great day. All right, our last hot dog from Yascacitas. We even got our pepper again. This even comes with like a little paper tray it's in. So these are steamed peppers. I gotta see behind the scenes on this one. This pepper is steamed, and then right before they give it to us, they'll throw it in the deep fryer to crisp up the outside. That's kind of cool. All right, you can definitely see all of the beans and toppings on this one. It's hot. It's hot. Okay, we got this. 3, 2, 1. Last one. How is it so different from the others? It's interesting. So they toasted the buns, and I did see that they do get them from a bakery. But the buns on these buns remind me a lot of pizza dough in the way that they have that like stretch, pull, chew, whatever you want to call it. And the bacon on this, I'm trying to figure out what's going on because it's just like melting. It's just falling off. So it's not crispy, but it is definitely like just cooked. Like all the others, it's a standard pork and beef hot dog itself. The toppings, the pepper makes such a difference. So much flavor, adds some heat. Ooh, that's a real spicy one. Oh. Whole bag. Woohoo! That is the spiciest one so far. Little pepper. That guy is just waiting. Oh, woo! All right. Give you a quick cross section before I forget. Maybe you can kind of see what I'm talking about with that bacon. It's just like melting. So, Yascacitas. What do I think of it? Aside from it being the spiciest one, I get it. Like, just certain peppers are spicier than others. This one was a spicy one. Hitting on the 4 things I've kind of started talking about already. Number 1, the bacon. The bacon is like melted. Just, it is there, but it is just completely melty. I'm going to give it a 4. I don't love that. It doesn't have a big chew to it. It doesn't have a bacony flavor to it. It just is there. You see it, but I can't really taste it. There's not like a smokiness to it. I'm giving the bacon a 4. The dog itself, pretty average. It's a beef and pork hot dog. It's not one of those fancy all beef franks with some snap to it. 5. The bun itself, while it did come from a bakery, I'm not as big of a fan of the chew. I don't know, I like the toasted buns, but this one has a little bit too much of a pull or a chew to it. I'm going to give that a 4 as well. And lastly, the toppings. It has all of the toppings this time. The pepper was nice and spicy. It's not the best toppings though. I don't know how I got lucky on my first one. Honestly, I think that one's gonna have the best score. At least the toppings is definitely the best score. I know I gave that one a 10 because that was spot on. This one doesn't have that, like, I feel like I'm getting all the flavors thing to it. Toppings, I'm gonna give it a 6. 7. I'm gonna give it a 7 because I really like that they gave us the pepper. I shouldn't dock it, and I won't dock it because it's so spicy. 1, they can't control it, and 2, maybe I'm just being a sissy. So, and I don't consider myself a sissy. We've done plenty of spicy food challenges, but this one is a decent one. I'll probably finish almost all of these if my stomach can handle it. But there's our final score right there for Ya Casitas. Let me know if you have recommendations. I do have one regret. I'm doing this in the middle of the afternoon. Most of the hot dog stands out here on the east side of Phoenix don't open until after like 5 and 6 o'clock at night. And I wonder how much of a difference I'll see from those places that are open late. Unfortunately, I won't be able to tell you that today. If that is a big draw, leave that in the comments, and I'll try and do that next time I make it out here to the Phoenix area. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your recommendations are of what I should try next. And if you would like to, please consider subscribing. Check us out on all of our social media. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!